It takes time to actually fully comprehend everything. It takes time to understand like your risk appetite, you know, like really understand like, yo, like how much do you really want to try to make a day? What are you satisfied with? All those things, you know what I'm saying? But trying to actually, you know, wait more for those high probability trades, you know, like try to actually find those hobbies to keep yourself busy. Because even like when this happened here, I knew some people that were trying to say like, yo, listen, I'm entering a sell immediately. I'm like, hold on. What do you even see on the charts to even say that you even want to enter a sell like right now? Like there's nothing showing you that. Did I understand like what was going on? Yes, but at the same time, like I'm trying to just like say like, yo, try to find these confirmations first, then try to attack the markets. But to jump straight in, it's like creating those bad habits over and over again. Like, let's wait for some reasonings first. You know what I'm saying? Sit back and just like, you know what? Okay, cool. Watch. All right, cool. Like, I don't see like what I want to see. Wait again. Keep on waiting. Wait for those time frames to build up. If you pretty much see an opportunity on M5, okay, cool. Like, wait a little bit longer. See how M5 is starting to actually develop on higher time frame patterns. Like, see if the 15 or 30 is starting to actually close soon. To then see how those candles are pretty much closing to actually develop the pattern that could help push that market, because it might be a great opportunity on M5, but the higher time frames might just be a little bit in a doji the entire time. You still might be super early on in that hour candle that might be just in a doji. So why not wait until, let's say 9:50, hour closes in 10 minutes. Let's analyze M5, see how that looks. Cool, like, you know, so you actually getting in on that move, you know that like, all right, in 10 minutes, so-and-so should be looking like this way on the H1 time frame based off that area closing. M30 looks good as well. All right, cool. Like that area is a valid opportunity now, because all these candles are going to close in an area or in a position that makes it look very good for the direction of bias that I'm aiming for. It's kind of like you got to be patient. So like while you're pretty much waiting for a candle to close, play some video games. You know what I'm saying? For like a quick 20-30 minutes while the candle closes. All right, cool. All right, keep on going. You know, so you got to keep yourself busy like that. Warzone, Call of Duty, like this, any kind of something that could keep you just busy for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes as candles are closing. Because think about it. There's times that like, I'm pretty sure we've all done it. We sit on the computer for a while and we're just watching candles close for the entire day. I think people that get straight A's, they'll probably go into stocks. They'll probably trade with a platform that has 50-to-1 leverage. They'll probably just, you know, they'll probably be into like, you know, MACD, RSI, Bollinger Bands, like, you know, that kind of stuff. But I think trading wise, like people that tend to overthink it, like those are the ones that actually fail the most. But for me, like when I was learning like my methodology, like I just kind of did like what works for me. Like I wasn't like by the book all the time, because, you know, I never really comprehended it too much. So I try to actually figure it out in a sense that I could comprehend it, but also regurgitate the information if I'm trying to actually teach it, like break it all the way down and build it all the way back up without having it come off as like a very complex topic. Biggest headaches of being in the markets at times was dealing with a consolidation zone. You know, if you could pretty much just sit on your hands until it gets inside that one particular area, no other area besides that area. It has to be inside that lowest point, lowest zone, period. Thing is when the market is pretty much daily H4, H1, you're under the market, but M15, 5, 1, you're above the market. It's best to just wait until on one of those time frames you're pretty much above the market on 5 or the 1, building up to the 15 to then start looking back for those opportunities again, because you at times want multiple time frames to pretty much flow along with the same direction on the MAs, because that kind of shows that like the momentum is pretty much consistent for a certain direction in multiple time frames. But whenever it's like one time frame different, all the time frame different, and all those other things, and every single time frame is different, try to actually make these marks kind of like just play out a little bit more, so they line up a little bit better, so you kind of can understand where you should be aiming for, where most of the momentum is. You know, but there's times that it's like that, but on average, you could find multiple time frame analysis that pretty much show the same direction for the MAs, as long as you're willing to actually wait it out until it pretty much get that breakout to stay above that certain area where it flows along with the main time frame, the H4, the H1. I wouldn't say daily too much because it's very broad, but definitely H4 and H1, and then entering based on that, knowing that that's the overall momentum of the entire market. That I think on Sunday I was like super confused on the direction. It was literally in between the entire time, and I'm like, yo, like, is it gonna be bearish? Is it gonna be bullish? Like, I don't fucking know. Like right now, like I was just super confused. I was in an area where it it was just various like stuck. Bullish, bearish, I wasn't sure, so I just like kind of stayed out of a lot of moves. But it makes sense to just like wait for the market to actually just break one of the major MAs on lower time frames, the 15 or 30, to then pretty much bring the market back above the market to then flow along with the main trend again. So like whenever in that instance happens, just don't take any kind of trade. Just wait it out until it pretty much breaks above a certain area to then look for opportunities again, because things like that will probably throw a person off.